Center in Gonzales, Crescent City Sports is proud to bring you the LHSAA Bowling Championships. This afternoon, it's the Division I Boys Co-Ed State Championship match between the Archbishop Rummel Raiders and the Brother Martin Crusaders. And a pleasant good afternoon to you. Welcome back to Gonzales. Ken Trahan and Lenny Van Gilder of Crescent City Sports joining you in partnership with the LHSAA Network. And what a match we have for you to conclude the 2026 LHSAA State Bowling Championships. Two champions crowned already. Archbishop Chappelle on the girls' side. On the co-ed side, a championship for Patrick Taylor. And now the final title to be decided between two longtime rivals, Archbishop Rummel and Brother Martin. Lenny, great to have you with us again. Brother Martin has dominated the sport over the last decade or so. Prior to that, it was Rummel that was the best in the state, but that doesn't mean Rummel hasn't been good in recent years. The Raiders have been knocking on the door for quite some time.
Well, this is the third straight year these teams are meeting in Gonzales. They've met the last 2 years in the semifinals. Brother Martin won each of those. Brother Martin lost in the final in 24, of course, won the championship a year ago. Rummel, so again, they've been here. This is the first time they get to the main stage here on the boutique side. First time they're bowling for a state championship since 2019 when, oh, by the way,
lost to Brother Martin.
Faced Brother Martin. That was a different era. It just seems like, Cody Schaefer was a senior on that Brother Martin team. So that's we're going back, 7 years. It was our first time broadcasting the finals.
There's so many ties that bind between these programs.
Oh, no doubt.
But, it's been amazing. Let's look at the brackets to take a look at how these teams got here to reach the championship match. And both have been really good all season long.
No doubt. And what was interesting, this is the second time in 3 years we talk about some of the seeding that doesn't hold. And to look at the semifinals here, 5, 6, 7, and 16 got through to the Final Four. Rummel a winner over Dutchtown, very convincingly. And we'll take a look at part of why that was so convincing. Brother Martin had a lot tougher time with East Ascension. It's a very good East Ascension team. Of course, both Dutchtown and East Ascension bowling here in their home center at Premier. But again, it is two New Orleans area schools getting a chance to compete for a state title. And a rematch of a match we saw, I guess now about 3.5 weeks ago when Rummel defeated Brother Martin, 17.5 to 9.5, I believe, is the final score of that match. And that hits some. Look, we've had fireworks this afternoon. We had fireworks in that match. It's always good bowling when these two teams get together. But before we get to the format, let's go back to earlier today. We mentioned that Rummel win over Dutchtown. Yeah, we don't often see. Let's look at the match format first. I'm sorry. You see there 27 points. It takes 14 to get there, and again, we're doing this for a third time. So it's 18 points in the singles matches, 6 in the 3-team games, and then 3 points for the grand total. The object is to get to 14 any way possible, if you will. So that's what happens there. So we go back to this afternoon, and it was Anthony Linker of Archbishop Rummel closing out a 300 game in the opening game. He was outstanding. He not only shot a 300, but he shot an 800 series, which those are rarer than 300s. We've had, I think now, 10 300s in Louisiana high school bowling this year with that one in the first game. There are 10 300s in the history of Louisiana high school bowling. That gives you an idea of just how rare air Linker has set foot in, and closing that out look, every shot in that game was just solid. He was outstanding, and then followed that up. Had it open in the first frame of the second game, and then strung 11 straight strikes.
He missed the head 10 and chopped a spare, and then he shot.
Then he shot 279.
279, and then backed it up and finished at 804. So to reach 800 is just an incredible milestone. Just a little short of the state record, but he had a shot at it, and he was fantastic. And they'll need him to be that way again. Brother Martin is a 64 pin edge in averages of the 6 starting bowlers. Didn't matter earlier this year. Rummel's capable of shooting big scores. I'm caution again. Scores not expected to be as high as earlier today on this side of the house with the oil freshly on the lanes again, watching practice. Ball's going long again for both sides. There's adjustments that need to be made early.
Right, exactly. Now, look, Patrick Taylor tried to dispel that theory. They shot 3,800 in their match against Archbishop Shaw. They were outstanding. In the match in the regular season, look, the final 17.5, 9.5, bowling scores don't always reflect the true tightness of the match. That was a tight match. Rummel jumped out early, 7-1, although they had a 124 pin lead. Brother Martin rallied, And we'll talk more about that Brother Martin comeback in Game 2 to make it 9.5, 6.5 going to the last game. And then neither team bowled their best in the last game, but really just kind of grinded it out as there was some, transition across the lanes at that point in Game 3. But Rummel finishing with a 36-71 team series to Brother Martin's 36-02. So 69 pins difference, not a lot when you're talking about the course of 18 games. That's less than 4 pins a game.
There are some incredible ties that bind here with both of these programs. Daily doubles are in store here, one way or the other. If Brother Martin wins and repeats, then the husband-wife team of Bruce Himbert and Dorothy Himbert will match up as state champions yet again for a second straight year. If Archbishop Rummel wins, then a brother-sister tandem will share state championships in the same year. As
Rummel and Chappelle, brother and sister institutions, of course, coming on board in the same year.
Brother-sister and brother-sister institutions.
Right, exactly. But you mentioned the Cares. Blake Care at number 5 in this Rummel lineup is the older brother. Her sister yesterday claiming a state championship for Chappelle, Bryn. So they're looking to bring 2 medals home.
Indeed. Look, there's terrific ties that bind.
We're going to talk about one right as
programs.
we start here. As we get set for action. The teams are going to shake hands. We'll quickly run down the lineups for you. Brother Martin, top to bottom, is going to go with Chris Balfour, Nick Bruno, Jeremiah Cordero on the left side, Julian Springler, Tyler Nunez, Blake Hebert on the right side. For Rummel in this opening match, it will be Drew McDonald, Chris Quinnett, and Noah Truax on the left pair, and Jacob Beatty, Blake Care, Anthony Linker on the right side. Now, interesting, Drew McDonald, you talk about the ties, is the younger brother of Dylan McDonald, who won a state championship for Brother Martin, was the anchor on that 2022 state championship team. Dylan is here. I'm not sure who he's pulling for. I'm not sure. Okay, look, that's the other thing. You've got now, first year on the Rummel staff as an assistant coach is Perry Jambroni.
Yes.
His brother-in-law is Drew Gardner.
Right.
Who
was a great bowler at Brother Martin.
Yeah, exactly. It was, part of several state championship teams as well. So, yeah. Look, that's how it runs.
Perry bowled like 720 against Brother Martin. Nearly beat him single-handedly and lost to Brother Martin in the quarterfinals in his senior year, like 15 or 12 or whatever, and he nearly beat him by himself. We're underway. And a couple of wide shots, as I suggested earlier. You're going to see that early on from both teams.
And look, I think that's part of, it's not just lane adjustments, but it's part of nerves as well.
Beatty leaves a 7-pin on a good shot. So no strikes to get things started here. And we'll see who can make adjustments more quickly or quicker. Trying to cover a washout. Nice shot. Just missed it. Good effort. Nonetheless, by Balfour. And a spare for Springler. Good spares for Rummel. We got 2 sports stars for Brother Martin as well.
Yeah.
A couple of football players here.
Nick Bruno, his cousin Sheldon, they got in a little bit in the first. Both of them part of Mark Bonice's program. Swing over to, you got a lot of guys. I mean, Chris Balfour's a power lifter, so it's there's guys who participate in multiple sports.
And then you've got the 2 Blakes, one on each side, that are best of friends. And
yes.
Plan to be college roommates.
Yes.
It's amazing the ties that bind here. Here's one of them on lane 26. Blake Care is the most consistent bowler Rummel has, and he's excitable.
And the most excitable bowler as well.
And great shot. Full disclosure, a long-time intern for Crescent City Sports, and we're proud of him. He's done a great job.
An outstanding, true student athlete.
Ultimate. Many awards for his academic work. Linker starts with a strike. That's what we saw him do all afternoon, all morning, as it were earlier. Truax.
Yeah, we get our first look at Noah Truax. What a remarkable story. This young man is a great shot.
He almost left a 7-9 flush in the hole. Unbelievable.
Noah Truax did not start bowling until last fall. Blake Care helped recruit him out to come bowl, and he's turned into the 4th best bowler in this lineup.
He can shoot big scores. He had 8 in a row to start.
Nine in a row.
That's right, front 9. And he just
he
left a ridiculous hit. He almost left a 7-9.
Right, but keep this in mind, too. He got up in the 10th frame of a match with Destrehan in a regular season where it was nip and tuck, and got up and delivered 2 strikes to win the match.
Performing in the clutch. Huge. Uses the whole lane, but that's what he's apt to do. Now, Beatty, of all the bowlers, has the best release of anybody. You will not hear the ball off his hand. You won't hear it hit the lane. He is at the foul line. He is the best of any of these bowlers in my mind in terms of his release. That's a 5 count, a really difficult spare. Ringing 10-pin, good shot.
Yeah. And look, you talk about guys who quickly adapted to the sport. Tyler Nunez is Balfour's back on track there with a strike. Nunez probably isn't bowling if not for his brother Jack, who's a similar story to Noah Truax. Didn't come out until the fall of his senior year and start bowling and turned into a starter.
Ringing 7-10 for Care.
That's a horrible break right there.
Terrible. Yeah, you can't. I mean, that was not a light 7-10. That was a pocket 7-10.
No.
Wow. There isn't much you can do about that.
Nunez could have capitalized, taken the lead there.
Is he all right? I don't know if he fouled or not.
I don't think he did. I think he just fell to the side there. I don't think he fouled. No.
I don't either. Hard to
tell,
but the line will tell you.
Yeah, I think
that Rick Bourgeois is checking that out. And he has the official decision in hand.
He says he did. Now again, if you touch anything beyond the line, right, anything beyond the line, it could be the next lane over, whatever.
Right.
Anything beyond the line, it's
a washout for Linker. Like I said, it's going to be a different reaction early on in the game. So they did rule a foul.
Yeah, they've got to change this. They've got it in as a 9 foul. They've got to change as a foul and just reshoot the second shot here. Working on that as we speak. Linker goes 8 out, so he is 14 pins down early on to A-Bear at number 6.
As I mentioned, wouldn't be surprised if the scores aren't very good early, but figure to get better as time goes on with this oil.
Shot by Truax there.
He's made 2 great shots, and he's only got 1 strike to show for it. There's always an X factor on every team. I think he's the one on that team. He has the ability to shoot big scores, bigger than his average.
Right. No doubt. I think they've got to manually put this in, and it covers the spare, so they're going to have to go in and change the scores here.
It's a heck of a comeback, and it doesn't lose anything in the process. Even though it was Brooklyn, it counts.
Springler with a double.
Can't throw it any better than that. That should be a good matchup with he and Beatty.
Yeah, Springler made a big jump this year, up to 215.
Beatty rings his second 10-pin of the match. Look at this. He hits it, and it doesn't go.
Yeah, wiggled, but no. So Patrick Taylor, who won the state championship in Division II just a few moments ago, Brother Martin and Archbishop Rumble are the only 3 teams in the state whose entire right side averages 210 or higher. Now they get everything right here.
Another great shot here. Nunez comes back from the 10-pin and strikes it up. And a missed spare. Rummel struggling on the high pair early in this game with its best bowlers. And you can't fall behind a team with a higher average if you expect to have success. And Brother Martin striking again. So all strikes on the high pair for the Crusaders in the second frame. Blake Hebert coming through.
He gets a little excitable as well.
Well, their whole team does. And you either like it or you don't. Well, but they love being this way, and it's been successful for them.
Well, and look, there's a great following. And part of that is the alumni that continue to come back and support the program.
Big time.
It's not just 10 sets of parents back there.
McDonald with a 10-pin. Care through the nose. And right now it's the Rummel high pair that's having a problem. They're falling well behind early with their best bowlers.
Bruno cannot slap out the 7-pin there.
Good shot nonetheless. Care, an excellent spare shooter, converts a tough spare. Gonzales spares. Brother Martin off to a really good start. A whole bunch of doubles on the board. 4 of those right now. And they've been here and they've done that, including some of these players and the program on a consistent basis as mentioned.
Yeah. A friend at Louisiana Football Magazine, Lee Burkeen, Bruno, had a profile of Bruno as one of his players who could be, highly recruited next year.
Linker having a lot of trouble with the ball not finishing. Like I said earlier, with those that cross boards, it's going to be tough early. Said that in the previous match. It's clearly the case here.
He finds himself down 35 right now. What a great start by Chris Quinnett. 173 average. That's a big, Bruno's 201. He's got a big edge in average right there. But Quinnett started out with 3 in a row. So is Jeremiah Cordero.
Missed by about 5 boards and got a strike.
We did not just walk into the Jerry Springer show, okay? That is.
Brother Martin off to a roaring start here in the championship match. Rummel has to answer early on here. That's not going to do it. Way wide. Rummel got over the hump and beat this team for the first time in a long time.
First time since 2013, since that state championship year. It was interesting. You go back and look at 2012 and 2013. It was Rummel not only won a state championship, but they beat Brother Martin on the way to the championship.
A bad break there.
Springer up 4-9. Wow.
Pretty good
on a
shot.
Double, too.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot.
So suddenly what was a 20-plus pin lead.
Oh, for Beatty, it's all about carrying. He's pounded the pocket 4 times.
Yeah. There's 4 opens already in the first 3 frames on the high side.
Yeah, they've struggled. As I mentioned earlier, they've struggled but early on.
But the low side is clean. Brother Martin had a couple of early opens, but they've bounced back.
Well, conditions typically don't affect Care because he's up the boards, throws the ball hard. And it's all about carry for him. He's going to be around the 1-3 consistently.
Right. Had the 10-pin standing there for a moment, but those pins spinning around. One of them messengered out the 10. Messenger of her.
Good release here.
Great shot by Balfour. It's 3 in a row after that open to start.
As soon as he let it go.
And look, Chris, terrific young man but his game can be a little feast or famine. There's times he can shoot lights out. There's times he can struggle a little bit.
And another double for Brother Martin from Nunez. And Linker gets back on track. Moved out a little bit. You can see that with his feet. Got better reaction. Got adjustments. You just can't fall too far behind when you're making those adjustments. That's
big shot for Hebert now coming up on lane 26. A chance to go up 45 in that match at number 6 early.
Yep. Meanwhile, 124. Oh, my. Everything's going right for Brother Martin
so
early.
far.
Everything. They're falling every which way. Except for the 2 4-9s on the same lane. Wow.
A great shot.
It is a good shot.
A bad break.
Yeah, you don't deserve that.
And all of a sudden, what could have been 44 pin, now if he doesn't convert, this is like a 20-pin match, and you got Linker on a strike who could get up in the 5th to make it 10.
We're not unable to put a 4th strike up.
Hebert will have 76, as you see now, through 4 frames and a 21-pin lead.
Another strike. No question there. Pounding the pocket, Springler. Beatty throws a split, so Beatty is falling further behind, and here's a 1-pin miss spare. So Rummel really struggling early in this game. Raiders bowled superbly earlier today. But that's a different condition and a different opponent.
36-48 the team series, and they substituted.
Well, they took people out.
Took a bunch of guys. Yeah, they shot 12:57 or 12:67, 13:47 the first two games, and then 10:34 the final.
Another powerful strike here. There, Gabe Barrett. And one Blake to another, 26. Again, the misses have been wide for Rummel.
And look, it's not to be unexpected for a couple of reasons. One, you're talking about fresh oil. And two, if anything's going to happen.
And another one-pin miss spare. I mean, this is not good for Rummel early at all.
No. We talked about that, especially with Shaw. You've got to be able to make spares. Okay? Especially when the condition is not going to be as favorable. Because it's fresh, because, again, we're bowling on you're bowling on a set of lanes that typically does not have this type of competition on it. It's more designed for, for a party event.
4 in a row. Balfour coming after McDonald had doubled. He answered in strong fashion to keep the lead in his match. Rummel needs its best bowlers to bowl better than they're bowling right now. And Linker gets a double, so maybe that's a start.
And he's got it down to 11 pins, just like that.
He's also moved out, and you can see the difference in his alignment on the lanes. What I mean by moving out is moved his feet further to the right and getting a better angle.
Could not trip the 2-pin forward that time. You got a lot of these Brother Martin guys who, like you were talking about with Kerr, that will go up the boards. They're not going to cross,
which is advantageous in this condition.
Just got to control your speed. Can't
That's
let
a pull there. Bad pull. A fortunate 8 count. Yeah, that's when you miss by a bunch. You end up on the opposite side, and fortunate to get 8 out of it. Yeah, very makeable spare. Another double for Brother Martin. In the 1 spot, ran the 4 spot rather, for Springler. Crusaders are bowling like, the Crusaders.
Oh, wow.
Weird hit there.
Great shot, Beatty. Basically, when you make that kind of shot right there, you expect the 4-pin to fall, but the 5 just went straight into the 7 and nothing touched the 4.
Now we're in the 5th frame, so Brother Martin ahead at 1, Rummel ahead at 2, Brother Martin at 3. It's Brother Martin at 4, Brother Martin at 5, Brother Martin at 6. Brother Martin's up 5 out of 6 matches right now.
But a lot of tight ones there as well. That's the thing to remember. A couple of shots in this could flip in a hurry.
Rummel's been unable to string strikes other than one bowler thus far in the 3-hole. Or rather in a 2-spot, pardon me. Great shot there.
Great reaction there. I wasn't sure that ball was getting back, and it came flying back.
Bad break on the 8-10. Takes the pin wisely. And a missed spare for Brother Martin in the 5 spot. And again, the same reaction for Kerr as he's had that 2-pin twice in a row. Talking it over with his coach, Perry Jambroni. Not quite the reaction you got earlier. It's a different animal. With the fresh oil on a different side of the house. It's not used as much. So there's another
Balfour, huge break. Missed it left.
Well, he gets a great break and then a terrible break for Brother Martin. in the anchor spot with a 7-10 on a light hit.
That is 2 shots in a row on lane 26 that Blake Hebert has thrown tremendously well and has paid the maximum price for with splits.
McDonald leads
4-9 out of 7-10. Now, Winker with a chance to take a lead over on lane 25. After he could have been down 40 pins a moment ago.
He's been moved out the last 2 shots and made good shots. Got the reaction he wanted. We'll see if he can continue that.
Oh, and that just went long.
He got really fast.
Yeah.
He got really fast at his feet and again,
this ball speed, 19.3 on that one.
Rummel has been. Brother Martin has clearly got the better line of the pocket right now between the 2 teams. For Rummel, it's got to be an adjustment, and it has to happen pretty quickly.
That's a big conversion right there. Those type of shots. So you make a bad shot, but yet you come back and you convert a washout. Right. That's the kind of thing that can give you a lift. You got to come back with a strike on the other lane.
Good shot on the 4-7. Per usual, Brother Martin's low pair bowling well. That's been the strength of their program for many, many years now, which separated them from
it's
the
where you win. It's look, a lot of people have good number 6s, good number 5s, maybe even good number 4s. It's when the separator comes on that low pair at 1, 2, 3.
You're a pin drop right now.
That's unusual.
It is. Well done.
I heard that pin drop, in fact. So there you go.
Yeah. So quiet otherwise. That's a 3-bagger. Really good shot.
Springer extends his lead to 29 pins at the 4 spot.
Beatty's high. Yeah, Brother Martin clearly has a better line of the pocket than Rummel's bowler do. Overall, at this point in time, today's coverage on Crescent City Sports, brought to you by the Ochsner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute. Don't let a sports injury keep you sidelined. Our team offers health care for athletes with same-day appointments available near you. Visit Ochsner.org/sportsmed to learn more. Good cover by Beatty, but Rummel having to shoot too many spares. They need strikes to get back into this game.
You've got to make spares, though, when the opportunity presents itself. You know, the thing to remember is even if you don't,
two 10 pins in a row from McDonald.
Even if you don't win your match, okay, you got to maintain contact and total pins. Do your part for the team that way. Good cover by Nunez on the 3-6-10 right there.
Yep. Same cover by Beatty a moment ago. Yeah, the 5-bagger ends on a light hit.
Got to convert. Yeah, now you got to convert. It's like I said, it's spare shooting. When makeable spares is of utmost importance.
Kerr gets a strike. He's 8 down in his match. That one's through the nose. It's for Hebert. Again, this is a more difficult condition than what they bowled on earlier.
Right. He's thrown 5 great shots in a row there, and that's a chopped spare. That's a tough break. Yeah,
that's not good.
Yeah, and that match is now down to 13 pins at number 1, which Brother Martin was in a really good position a moment ago.
Takes the 2 pins as you should.
Mm-hmm. So Winker suddenly has a 9-pin lead.
And he makes a good shot. And a good match in number 2. As well, 2-pin lead for Brother Martin. Could grow here if a strike is put up by Bruno. Set it down early. Perfect spot.
That's actually still a lead for Rummel right now. It's an 8-pin lead.
8-pin lead, yeah.
His frames get off balance.
There we go, yeah. 126 to 118.
Now Truax has got a chance to take the lead at 3.
And he's been in the pocket all but once. He just hasn't had any luck with carry. Got that one in the oil. As I said,
fortunate to get 9 out of that. That could have been a lot worse count-wise.
Yeah, you got to get it on the fringe of the edge of the oil to where you get a little roll on the back end, but you don't want to get out of the oil too early.
Springler.
If you get it out of the oil too early, you miss the head.
Right. Springler with the Greek Church on lane 26. That is the 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. That's a lot of lost pin count right there.
Beatty makes a ball change and trips the 4 but leaves the 9 as he switched to a ball that definitely hooks a little bit more. And then, so again, the adjustments. That's what you're looking for, to see who makes the adjustments.
Make sure you get the 3. Yeah, you got to get the 3 right there. Don't try to do anything crazy, because when you're on a strike, that's, 3. Throw that away, and 3 pins could be 6.
Not a doubt. Some close matches here. 5-pin lead for Brother Martin. It's at number 3.
Every match on the board, I think, now is 20 pins or less.
Yeah, Rummel's up by 9 at number 6. 8-pin Brother Martin lead at number 5. 14-pin lead for Brother Martin at number 4. So last 3 frames will determine everything here. There's a strike and another strike. So Brother Martin comes through in a big way there with strike.
Want to get yourself positioned for the 10th frame. You're in the 8th right now, but certainly.
You got to set yourself up to double or triple in the 10th. That's where games are won and lost in close games.
We saw that.
Remember, we saw that a year ago. But McDonald's left 2 straight 10 pins. Not this time. He carries. And Kerr leaves a solid 10 pins, so that cost him.
Mayberry with a much-needed strike to get himself back going after splits 3 of the last 4 frames. Only 1 bad shot, but still 3 splits.
That's wide.
Oh, on a double, no less. That's a big mistake right there.
Makes that an 18-pin match. Kerr made a perfect shot. Best shot he's made, probably. Stoned a 10-pin. And he missed it, and that's brutal. And he usually does not miss spares like that.
So he's a good spare shooter.
He's buried himself by 20, so Brother Martin's in really good shape at 5 now. And Rummel needs more out of its top bowlers. They're just not bowling
right now
where they're capable.
Yeah, you'll look at it. I mean, Beatty's at a best of 203. Kerr at the best 195. Linker's at a 181 pace. He can still shoot 221.
A big split here for Rummel.
And that was an opportunity to really step on the, step on the throat, so to speak.
Just the opposite happens. So now that match is wide open again. This is a good spare shot. Yep, there you go.
Wow. Second time on that lane. And one a foul, one a gutter ball, and converts to spare both times. Remember that.
Without a doubt. Linkers, there was a 4.
Wow. Now on a strike, so there's that. So he doesn't lose all the count right away, but it's on a spare, on a double, that would be even a bigger penalty. 5
missed
5
everything.
Out.
You just can't have that.
Exactly. That's 6 pins of count right there.
Yep, and now he's losing the match by 2 pins.
Yeah. What a swing right there.
Yep. Another Brooklyn strike. Seen a few of those.
Oh, wow. So Linker took out the 3, 6, 7, 10.
Good luck with that.
And left the 4, 9.
And trails by 5. So match is swinging clearly to Brother Martin here heading to the 9th frame. Still close matches, but big swing in the 8th frame toward Brother Martin after Rummel had a chance.
Brother Martin is up in every match right now.
Exactly. And that's wide, and that's going to be another open frame in all likelihood. To beat the best, you've got to perform, and Rummel is simply not performing here in Game 1. Anywhere close to what it's done today and previously. They're the higher seed, and they only lost once all season long, including a win over Brother Martin, but not in this situation. Sent that wide.
Yeah, wow. 5 count washout there. It wasn't an open.
Yeah, so you can't get outside of the oil. You can't get it wide early. It's just not going to come back. Beatty with that ball switch still hasn't found it. Went to a ball that hooks more, but went from not being able to carry or being a little bit light to being heavy. Kind of betwixt and between, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was a chance for him right there to close the gap. He got a tough spare instead.
Ordinarily, you say make a run at this, but it counts important.
He's making a run at it. Great shot.
That's the bad break on the washout. A split with the head pin is a washout.
And
the head pin just wrapped around the 10.
So it doesn't matter. Brother Martin will win that match.
No, it's 19 going in. It's still not over. He could double and open. It still need a mark in the last frame to close it out.
Rummel's high pair has just been way below average, and there's just no chance with that being the case. And the low pair is held up most of the way here, but Brother Martin expects to win the low pair. It's the high pair where Rummel really figured it had a chance to win, and that's not happening at all. And neither side on the high pair is performing all that well.
It's just it's a struggle right now.
It's the condition.
Look, you got to grind it out. 25 and 26 has never been. A lot of times we've actually seen better scoring on 23 and 4 than what we've seen on 25 and 6.
Pair gets a strike.
It's a big conversion here for Nunez.
Another open frame for Rummel at number 1.
Trying to keep the margin in play here. And he's got it.
Handles that easily.
So you look at the right side. Brother Martin's up 19 at number 4, up 20 at number 5, and up 5 at number 6. Some big shots coming here in the 9th with Linker and Hebert.
And again, another split for Linker. I mean, he goes from shooting .804 and he might bowl 150 this game. But that's not a knock on him. That's just, it's a totally different condition, totally different situation. And you can sense the frustration. He tried different balls, tried different lines. He threw a strike ball there, trying to see about what kind of reaction he get.
Yeah, cost your pin. Use it as a practice shot. No problem with that at all.
Yeah, he was not, for those watching, he wasn't trying to make a pin there. He's trying to get lined up and use a different ball in the process. And that's a gutter ball. So Raiders really kind of coming apart here late in game 1.
We talked about this in the Chappelle St. Amant match yesterday. Look, you cannot underestimate experience in this setting.
Nope.
And obviously, Brother Martin has been in every state championship match since 2019. Everyone, we've done them all since then. They've been in every one. The last time they did not make a state championship match was 2017, I believe.
Yeah, barring an unforeseen development, Brother Martin's going to have an 8-0 lead here.
Could be.
That's a gutter ball. That's 2 gutter balls in a row.
Wow.
And again, this is just what happens in this situation.
It's a different setting.
And it's really a collective team situation, too.
Big break there. Cordero tripped the 2-pin forward. He knows he got a break.
He's had about,
or 2 or 3.
Maybe 3 or 4.
But you know what? But look, it's all about keeping the ball in play.
And he's smiling.
Yeah.
He's had teammates that have left brutal hits, and he's saying the other side leave brutal things. But it's going for him very well, and it's going really well for Brother Martin here. Sitting on the real potential for an 8-0 win.
And look, we're getting to the 10th frame, okay? And here's what I will tell you. One of the things to consider with some of the struggles that we've seen on both sides, honestly, I think you've got to think about if you get a fill shot and the match is not in a balance, you think about making a ball change on a fill shot.
Yeah.
Now, this is not over yet, so Springler needs to stay behind the foul line to win his match at 4. But maybe you don't hear, but you do try something. Yeah, but again, you don't want to go.
That's a win at number 1 for number 4 for Brother Martin. 184. Will get the job done. Below average, but again, that's been the case for most of these bowlers.
Seeing a lot of that right now, but the only one.
McDonald is the only one shooting over average. Lose.
And Balfour as well. Balfour is going to win. Yeah, the ones. And you got a chance as well for Cordero as a 212 average bowler to possibly go out for 232, but you're seeing a lot.
That's 3 out of 12 guys.
Right. Yeah. Unless Nunez gets up and doubles right here. He's got the first one. No one was going to shoot. If he doesn't strike on this, there's no 200s on the right-hand pair.
Right, and yet they win every match. Beatty with a 167, 210 average. McDonald shoots 188 in the losing cause. He does his job, but can't win the match. And we got a 180 on Lane. Finally, it re-racks. Okay, took a while.
We're showing our age there.
Yeah, there we go. That's way wide. In fact, it's in the gutter. We've seen a few of those.
Now, and that was on the fill, too.
I know.
Thankfully, he didn't need it there.
3,
He was already up by 3. He had the match in the bag. But Kerr with a chance to strike out for 195. I mean, here's the thing now. Keep in mind, with that split by Nunez, he could backdoor his way into a win.
He could strike out, he wins. If he strikes 9s, he ties. 194 for Nunez. Strike's hard to come by.
Let's see what happens here. Let's keep an eye on lane 25. That's got to be the focus right now.
He converted a 5-7 to win a match earlier today in the 10th frame.
Good shot, but a 10-pin remains standing.
Very well executed. He smiles about it, which is good. Gave that room. Made a great shot.
7-10. Wow.
It's happened a few times to him. Second time in the game, in fact.
All you can do is come back with a wry smile. I'll let you make a good shot. That's all you can do.
And yet another gutter ball. It's unbelievable. I mean, that's 3 straight gutter balls. 4, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, that's just, you hate to see that.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It really isn't anything to say.
No.
So leave it alone. But coming apart, unquestionably, for Rummel. This will be an 8-0 win for Brother Martin. So it becomes a matter of pins now.
And look, here's the thing. The margin's not great. It's a lot of tight games.
But Brother Martin didn't bowl great.
Exactly.
Bowled okay, but Rummel just bowled way below average. Now,
this is not over yet at 3. That's still not.
Truax has thrown enough good shots for Rummel. Of all their bowlers, he's probably thrown enough more good shots than any other.
Right.
Doesn't have the score to show for it because he had some hits that he lost.
Bruno with the strike on the fill, 186. So let's keep an eye on this right here because this is not over at number 3.
Well, he needs a strike to force a mark, basically.
Well, and he got the strike, so now Cordero's got to get up.
And he's had the most fortuitous game of anyone.
But you still got to do it. That's the point. When you're bowling a match play, that's all you can ask for is to force your opponent to make a shot.
That was a good shot.
4-pin.
Fairly easy spare to convert. But he made a good first shot to put himself in that position. Simply needs to convert that. And then stay on the lane. Laker practicing another strike shot. That's wide, and that's a 7.
That's it, but that's enough that that he makes Cordero have to make the spare.
He has to make the spare by 1, yeah. Good shot, no problem.
Got it. Now you just got to stay behind the foul line right here, right?
So an 8-0.
No, that's it. No, that's it. It's already over.
It's an 8-0 Brother Martin winning game 1, and we'll get the pins here for you shortly. 60-pin win on the high pair for Brother Martin. Finish.
Yeah. Who would have thought with these teams with 8 200 average bowlers with 7 guys averaging above 210 that 211 would be the high score in the first game. So it's
114 is the margin.
114 pins. Wow.
114 is the margin. It's 8-0 Brother Martin, and Rummel's going to need a massive turnaround in a hurry to have a chance in this match. Because you got to figure, I mean, I certainly figure that Brother Martin's going to bowl better than it's bowled. I expect Rummel will too, but you know, you have to have a real concern when your best bowlers can't find the pocket with any consistency, which has been the case for Rummel.
Right.
And then, with all due respect, with another that's kind of lost completely.
Right, and you completely. Curious to see if we'll see a change there.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
Yeah,
you just don't see that.
Right.
And you know, I mean, I say that with all due respect. We're not into banging on anybody or mentioning names, but you got a 170 some odd average bowler throwing 4 straight in the ditch, and that clearly is mental.
Right.
Clearly, 100%. Second game coming. We've had 2, for lack of a better term, blowout wins in the previous championship matches, and this one starts that way, and we didn't expect that in the boys on either side, frankly. Keeping in mind that Shaw had defeated Patrick Taylor in the first match of the year. Patrick Taylor had lost to Shaw, and then Brother Martin had lost to Rummel, but these are different situations. So we do have a lineup change.
Yeah,
right?
Matthew Hammonds is going to go in the 2 spot for Chris Quinnett. And that's been a back and forth in terms of who's been the number 1 all year between Drew McDonald, Matthew Hammonds, even Daniel Kinjemi in that mix as well.
You see senior leadership, you really need that in a situation like this on both sides. And you can see the principles involved in that.
And look, it plays both ways at this point. You're trying to come back, or you're trying to, it's easy to lose focus, okay? Blake Hebert was on a team 2 years ago that led 7-1 and had a 100-pin lead after 1 game against Denham Springs and couldn't hold on.
Yeah, we were there.
So he knows that. Now you got it. When you have an opportunity to, to cut the proverbial head off the snake, that's what you do.
That's what Brother Mark can do here. If it jumps out early, that will probably be the case. I'm telling you, McDonald's really bowling consistent. He's only shot 188, but he's left like 4 10 pins, just left another one.
And making spares.
Spares. He's doing a good job. A lot of credit to him. That's the number 1 bowler, which is the least of the average bowlers.
But that's what you want to do.
He's the one guy that bowled his average, or bowled over his average in game 1 for Rummel. That's a great shot.
Yeah. Here's what's amazing to me about Nick Bruno's game. Okay, you look at him.
Another open frame for Rummel.
Yeah, he's an outstanding offensive lineman.
Yes.
You would think he's got this big physical game, and he's going to get 100,000 revolutions and throw the ball 25 miles an hour. He's just the opposite.
He is. Yeah. He's got a very short, delayed approach.
Right. Deliberate.
Right.
Almost like a baby bear out there, dare I say.
There's another pull and another strike. It's his day.
In the right spot. Yeah.
That's all you can say. It's his day.
It's probably not bad to miss left. The misses we're seeing in a lot of cases are misses right. That are jumping or that are just staying wide. Okay.
Well, you'd like to be good or you'd like to be lucky, and if you're both, you're lethal.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is the Rummel substitution here. Matthew Hammonds bowling in the 2nd spot, makes a good shot.
And look, that is hard to come off the bench. I don't know if he was overthrowing shots on the other side on the practice pair lanes, 19 and 20 on the other side of the wall, but obviously it's a different environment.
Showed no emotion. He just went up, made the shot, walked off. And so far, Beatty and Kier have not been able to find it. And again, that's the only way Rummel can win is if their high average bowlers get it going. 7 pin, left by Truax.
The Blakes over here trying to copy one another,
making this, and they do.
And they both converted the baby split to 310. Both left the same thing. Both picked it up.
Yep. No problem. Yeah, Truax made a very good shot, left the 7 pin. That's been the story of the 3 spot. Saying this objectively, the Truax has thrown a ton of good shots and hasn't gotten the results, and his opponent has thrown a lot of shots where he's gotten results.
That's got to hurry.
They're not going to get there, and they miss another spare.
And look, I am a believer. Look, everybody throws the ball how they're going to throw the ball. I'm a big believer that especially on.
So Rummel starts the second game like it started the first game. On the high pair, just cannot get it going with their best bowlers, and that's going to give them no chance.
3 open frames there is not the way you wanted to start.
Nope.
Now, the point I was going to make, though, is
and another
you want to be
from McDonald's.
You want to be direct at spares. You don't want to try to cross a lot of boards when you're shooting spares.
Yep.
And Balfour has missed a head pin on his first shot, converted, but missed it again this time, and has got the 1, 2, 6, 8, 10.
It's ugly.
Makeable. Okay. There's a couple of ways to shoot this here. You can get hard and straight from the left side and try to take it all with the ball, or you could try to cross over like that.
Can't do it any better than that.
Right, and that's a huge momentum lift, too.
Oh, we're seeing 1 pin spares miss, and then we see a tremendous conversion here. Doesn't get any better than that. So impressive. Stayed out of trouble there. Beatty finally carries one.
Bruno will generate a lot of action, even though, again, he's not, not throwing the ball high rate of speed, not a lot of revolutions, anything like that. He tries to be accurate, but yet his shots will mix up. A lot of people might have left the 2-4-5 or the 2-4-5-8 on that shot. He got some action on it, just left the 2-pin.
That's way wide. I've seen a lot of that.
That was a flat 10 that time from Kerr. And I guess that's the one thing, too, you got to be careful of, is trying to be too fine when you're struggling to, to make a shot. And what ends up happening in some cases is,
well, neither one of
doesn't get the great reaction.
Neither one of the teams on the high pair bowl well in the first game.
No, not at all.
And we're seeing a lot of that. So that's a difficult pair. That's the first part. Second part is you just got guys that haven't quite found it. I don't think it's the pressure. I just think it's a tough pair. They just haven't been able to find it. You've seen a couple of good shots, but nothing on a consistent basis.
Yep. Just missed that one. That would have been a good lift for the Raiders to be able to get right there with that washout conversion. Cordero's gotten a couple of breaks, no doubt about it. But the other thing that he's done is he's come behind it with some good shots to be able to turn them into doubles or turkeys.
Taking to it full advantage. That's right. And he's done it. Again, Rummel's missed 3 spares in the first 2 frames, and it's hard enough to strike. You've got to be able to make spares. Well, McDonald carries that one. He's been very consistent.
Let's see if we see an adjustment here. That's a move left, but I think that was just a miss left by Balfour, and he got away with it. Carried the Brooklyn. That ran. That's the thing that's funny about this here. You see sometimes, especially on the left side of the lane, you shoot spares, it just takes off on you like it did there on Aber. On this other side, you missing shots on the right side of the lane. It's just things are going long. It's just
I just think it's
a crazy reaction.
I just think it's a tougher pair.
No doubt.
That's my opinion. Watching this for several years on this side now.
Bruno had the 1-2-4 up for a minute. Something came off the back wall, hit the 4, then hit the 2.
Beatty with the double. And he's got the best release. I'll say it again. See the ball come off his hand. It's something to behold. It's smooth and it's clean, and you don't hear a thing. That's a good shot. Left the 4-pin. Hammond's good. Located that very well.
finally, Kerr gets a break, slaps out the 10-pin.
Well, if you keep making good shots, sooner or later, right?
Yep.
At least that's the thought process.
Yeah, Nunez with a much-needed mark there of a couple of opens to start the game.
And another one-pin spare miss. Hebert strikes.
Cordero broke up the 4-9.
Well, he almost
got 4 down. The 9-pin just kind of gave him a little laugh, but would not go down.
Well, he got a little break, but not a double break.
That's exactly.
It wasn't a bad shot. He
So look here, Rummel has 3 strikes on the right side in the third frame. It's a couple of doubles now.
First time we've seen that.
Right. Can they start to parlay this into something bigger?
And Truax, again, can't carry. I mean, he has been pounding the pocket. It just hasn't had the results. And then he's got to make his spares, right? He's arguably made more better shots than his opponent, but he's not making spares as consistently and not carrying, obviously. Makes that one no problem. So a little bit better look for Rummel, finding the 1-3 pocket here most recently. Let's see if that can continue for the Raiders. So we reach frame number 4, game number 2. Nothing stands out about this one thus far. Oh my goodness.
Springer, huge break there.
It's a Brother Martin day thus far, no question about that.
Rummel keeps it going, look.
Beatty strikes.
Yep.
So he's tripled for the first time. McDonald keeps making good shots. Speaking of good shots, that's as good as that's a really good shot.
Yeah, Balfour stayed clean despite 3 not so good shots in the first 3 frames. But made clearly his best shot of the match there.
Trip to 4, left to 10. Nunez. Here's through the nose. Can't get anything going. Hammond makes a good shot. This spare here. Good shot by Bruno. He's got another. Kerr misses the spare. Boy, Rummel is just killing itself. And he's their best spare shooter. And he's seen him miss a couple.
He's still got a 20-pin lead in spite of that.
Well,
Blake Hebert getting ready to step up on lane 25. We'll watch his shot first, then we'll take you back to last month when these two teams met in the regular season.
Pretty special. And he makes a pretty good shot, but trips the 4, leaves the 10.
Left the 10 pin. So let's go back to March 9th. And this was game 2. Rummel had jumped out to a big lead, and then Hebert, something special here. 10th. There's the 11th. And you see his emotion. Look at that. I joked with him afterwards. I said, I didn't know you had that kind of vertical jump after that. And solid in the pocket for number 12 for a perfect 300 game. And on cue, he misses the 10-pin right there.
Yeah, we were there watching.
Yeah, but that helped get Brother Martin back in that match. It was 9.5, 6.5 going to the last game. And it was this Balfour delivers again. Look, what the left side, I mean, the right side's been unable to do for Brother Martin. The left side is stepping up.
Big time. Way. Well, McDonald's been Rummel's MVP.
Yeah,
He's been around the 1-3 the whole day.
We saw that with Archbishop Shaw. Their one hole was
well, he's been consistent. He's been around the 1-3 pocket the whole game.
Right.
The whole day, I should say. And keeping the ball in play and making spares, which has been an issue, to say the least. Bruno, another good-looking shot.
Right there.
Pin. Flat 10, but a good shot.
Couldn't take out the corner. Yeah, it's a very good shot. Can't complain about that at all.
Ringler looking for a double. He's got it.
So he got that, kind of collapsed that high hit a minute ago, and that's what you need to do. When you get a break, you've got to be able to take advantage. If you get a bad break, if your opponent gets a bad break, you've got to be able to take advantage of when the opportunity presents itself.
Beatty finally gets it going. He's got a 4-bagger. That's what Rummel needs. They need a big game or two to get back in this, aside from having to win matches, obviously. That's way wide.
Nunez struggling right now over on that left side, and that's going to be a missed 10-pin for Bruno over on 24.
I just think the right pair is difficult.
It is.
These are the best bowlers, and they're having trouble mastering that condition. Another brutal spare. Unlikely to make that. It's just been a struggle.
Makeable here, but the thing you got to remember is there's double wood.
Yeah,
there is the
difficult.
9-pin there. You got to drive it through and hit it just right to be able to take out the 9.
Good spare. Again, the bowler's struggling on the right-hand pair. That's really the story. The high average bowlers, all 200 average bowlers. Well above 200, I might add.
210. 210 or above.
Yeah.
Everybody on that right pair.
And no one is bowling anything like that.
Yeah, no one shot above, 194 in the first game.
Blake Hebert strikes, and he celebrates.
We still got a game and a half to go here. Okay, we're hitting
They're throwing a backup
point.
ball. Not close.
Yeah, you got to, if that's not a bad idea, but you got to hit the 3-9 to the left of that one to try to do, take it all out. Truax with a double.
Finally
there,
a break for him.
Pin. Yeah, exactly.
He's had the worst luck of any bowler, and he finally carried one.
All right, so let's take a look at where we stand, Ken. 5 frames
Yeah, we're
in.
5 frames in, so Brother Martin's, let's see, Rummel's up at 1 barely. Brother Martin's up at 2. Brother Martin's up at 3. Rummel's up at 4 barely. Rummel's up at 5 barely. Rummel's up at 6 barely. That's a lot of bareleys.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that still leads, though. That's the thing to remember.
The point is, there's no demonstrative advantage here by any stretch, which is what Rummel needs, and they're not going to get it there because that's a 4-bagger. A beautiful shot.
That gives
Balfour.
Brother Martin a lead at 1.
Yeah, he takes the lead as McDonald. Guess what he's shooting at? The 10-pin.
Been right there all
every
day.
time, and he's made it every time as well, I might add. He makes it again. Credit to him. He's not bothered by that pin at all.
So now with that lead change, Brother Martin's got the lead in every match on a low pair. Rummel's got the lead in every match on a high pair.
And Bruno continues that momentum on the low pair. Well, going into the match, you kind of knew the setup, which is that on the high pair, they're virtually even. It's tit for tat. On low pair, Brother Martin had the advantage, but it's not playing out that way. Now, Beatty has found it. He's in the groove. He's got a 5-bagger. Always enjoyed his game, and he got better this year because his speed increased. Always had the great roll. That's a really good shot by Hammond.
Just that 7-pin wanted to stand up there. It fell late.
Had some evil things on its mind, right? That's a 1-pin missed spare, which increases Beatty's lead. Both number 2 bowlers, who are really good bowlers, or number 5 bowlers, are really struggling, even though for both teams. Another ball switch for Karen. He got a big break.
Huge break.
First time he's had a break. That was a ridiculously good break.
Tripped the bucket.
Yeah. And a break. Well, Truax deserves one. He's had that day, but he finally gets one back. Puts him in a pretty good spot in his match. And there's a Brooklyn on the other side. And an open frame here.
So Truax actually takes the lead now at number 3 with that double and an open.
Linker can't strike. He just hasn't been able to find anything consistently.
Look, Blake Hebert doing what a captain should do, keeping his teammates engaged. When there's a bad shot, he's there to encourage him. Even sometimes before he's getting ready to throw a shot, he'll walk away from, away from his setup.
Well, I think you've seen it. Both Blakes are the team leaders for these teams. Nice shot from McDonald. Just continues to bowl consistently well. Maybe a little wide. Well, here's Balfour, who's really stroking it. 4 in a row. He's tight with that.
Left.
Way left, but he got a good 8 count.
Yeah. It's one of those things, sometimes you almost miss so badly left that it doesn't turn into as bad of a shot as
paid off.
Yeah, right. As if you'd have been more accurate.
Maybe they're unable to convert.
You see the frustration on all of these bowlers when they're shooting spares. It's
on that right pair in particular.
Yeah, no doubt. They think they're going to make it, and it goes long, or it snaps. Yeah. So again, right now, it's a Rummel lead in all 3 matches on the right pair, and at number 3.
Well, they need to win at least 4 matches, and they need to win total pins.
Right. It needs to be.
Need to be.
Yeah, 10-6.
They need to be in that region to have a chance.
Right.
Because total pins are still well down.
Well, it's not as big as what we saw in the first match. Again, it was what? It was 114 after one game. If you win, you get this thing under 100 going to the last game. At least you're giving yourself, in theory, a chance to go and win the super total.
Springler pounds a strike, and Hammonds misses a spin.
Oh, he got it.
Oh, how'd he get it?
Jeez,
I thought he missed
somehow
that.
hung on.
And Beatty throws another good shot, but unfortunately can't carry the 10 pin, so that stops his streak.
But he's still got a 32-pin lead if he can convert.
Well, they need pins, and he made a good shot. He's the one guy that's gotten it going and didn't carry there. Perfect shot by Bruno. That's big. That's a double. That puts him dead even in this match.
20 pins ahead.
20 pins ahead. I'm looking at the wrong frame. And a 10 pin there. Flat 10, but good shot nonetheless.
2 good pocket hits in a row.
Another missed spare. Again, there's no chance for Rummel if you cannot make spares. It's hard enough to strike on these conditions, and too many 1-pin spares that have gone by the boards. That's a bad pull. Got 9 out of it, though.
Bruce Himbert was looking back. If anybody saw anything, maybe there might have been thought maybe there was a pin missing in the rack on lane, I guess on lane 26. Maybe 24.
Didn't see it.
I didn't see anything.
So we reach the 8th frame. It's decision time. Chance for Brother Martin to pull away, or a chance for Rummel to pull closer. Who performs when it matters in the final 3 frames? What it comes down to here. Kerr trying to find something.
Wow.
It's a perfect shot and gets shafted.
That may be Abear's best shot of the match right there.
Yeah, sometimes it's just not for you.
Yeah.
And it's so far today, it's not been for Rummel. They haven't helped themselves with spare shooting, but they've had a lot of breaks that have not gone their way. Good shot, shaker 10.
Yeah, Balfour could not get the messenger there.
That was a good shot.
Who would figure in all of this that the highest scoring match we have going is at number 1?
Number 1. There's McDonald, who's been
Chance to take the
consistently
lead.
in the 1-3. Anyways, not a fast 8, but a pretty good.
A high. It was a high,
hit.
high hit 4-7, and the 4 fell late.
Right. Good shot. It's been consistently around the pocket. A good spare. And Linker with another big miss. Likely
Match
another open
6 got a
frame.
little tighter.
And McDonald missed the spare. So that'll open up that match for sure. At number 1, swinging Brother Martin's way. Again, the 1-pin spares that Rummel has missed have been critical. Linker cannot convert the washout. And Bruno comes up big with a triple.
That's 30-pin lead now.
He's in total control of his match. So this start, remember first game, it really swung Brother Martin's way late in the game, and starting to do that again here. Very similar situation. That's high.
That's a big miss left there. Did not get it out at all. Almost went straight up the boards there. And again, it was such a bad miss left that it turned into an 8 count. That's a much better shot for Cordero. He struggled the last couple of shots and really threw that one well.
That's as good as he's thrown.
Springler at least a 7-pin, a chance.
Another good shot. Beatty, after missing the 1-pin spare, goes high.
That was an opportunity right there, certainly. For Springler, if he could have carried, to get within 10. This Brother Martin team, 5,200 averages in the season, but I think the fact that they lost twice in the regular season doesn't necessarily speak to anything this team did, but I think it speaks to the depth of bowling that we've seen continue to grow in the greater New Orleans area.
So many good teams.
Yeah, you legitimately had. I mean, let's leave Sean Patrick Taylor in Division II and Bell Chase out of the conversation. Right. Just in Division I, they all bowl each other in the New Orleans area. You had 6 teams that could legitimately beat each other on a day-to-day basis. You know, only 3 of them made the playoffs as a result of some of those matches being knocked off.
Hahnville had a big win. It was much better. Destran was really good. Holy Cross was good.
Oh, and the 10-pin falls late for Care. That slow messenger.
Today or yesterday, right? Either day.
Yeah, they'll fix it. Yeah, it actually went up as a 9 count. They'll fix the score and change it to a strike. That's a big shot for Abear to get within 11. Oh, I don't know what he's like. He's struck 3 straight times on 26, and he is just in no man's land on 25.
He and Linker are in the same boat. They'll make a good shot or two, and then they'll miss and have a washout or split consistently. There's yet another 10-pin from McDonald. He's been shooting 10-pins all day.
Big strike, and as we get into the 9th frame, you're trying to set yourself up for the 10th, and now Balfour at 1's going to take at least a 16-pin lead into the 10th.
Yep, he's in great shape.
All he's got to do really is stay clean.
Oh, what's McDonald, like 7 for 7 on 10 pins now?
Seemingly. He's had a lot of them, I know that.
First game he made 3 or 4. He's made, 2 this game? No, 3 this game. So, I mean, maybe 4.
Well, you talk about stats. That gives me a chance to remind everybody, if you're still waiting for your printed league standings, you deserve better. Follow your league in real time. Live scoring, standings, detailed stats. Download Lane Talk and start your free trial today. If your league isn't on Lane Talk yet, it should be. Lane Talk, we track, you bowl.
Indeed. And today's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by the Greater New Orleans USBC, serving men, women, and youth bowlers in the New Orleans area. Check their website at GNOUSBC.org or their Facebook page for the latest information. Come on, support your local association and have fun doing it. Good spare for Bruno to take control of his match with that spare. No problem.
Big strike in the 9th for Springler at 4. Now,
right, he gives himself a chance.
Beatty's failed to strike in the last 2. Trying to get right in the foundation for him, and he does.
Yeah, that's a perfect shot.
And look, that's still not over because Springler can strike out for 216. Beatty's at a 216
and
pace.
There's another 1-pin miss for Rummel. It's been way too many for the Raiders.
That's a good-looking shot by Cordero.
Perfect.
Right there.
Perfect. And he now gives himself a real shot.
1-pin match now at number 3. 1 and 3 are the 2 best matches.
Yeah, and those swing matches
right
could really put this thing away for all intents and purposes if they can get to 11 or 12 points here. Which is very much in the realm of possibility.
We certainly got to keep an eye. Total is very, very tight right now. That's a potentially huge 2 points laying out there. There's games right now, it's effectively an even match. Brother Martin's up 35 on the left pair. Rummel's up 35 on the right pair.
Dead even.
That doesn't factor in the outlying marks that aren't showing up on the scoreboard yet.
Well, McDonald doesn't leave a 10-pin, but he leaves double wood. Meanwhile, Balfour's had a great game.
Chance to strike out at 242. Oh, man, a ringing 10-pin, a great shot.
Yep, made a really good shot.
That wraps up the match, though. He's got his match in the can. And Hebert delivers a strike in a ninth, but Linker comes up with a double. All three Rummel bowlers on the right side with strikes in the ninth frame, and that's huge.
And there's McDonald.
On that lane, on lane 25, no less.
McDonald doing what he's been doing. He makes a spare.
Yeah, fills boxes.
Gives himself a chance. He's done his job in outstanding fashion, just like Balfour has for Brother Martin. You know, the low pair is outperforming the high pair. That's been the case for these two teams today.
Starting to get a little bit of scoring at the 4 spot, but still, it's been a struggle for those 5 and 6 guys.
Yep.
And again, that is, look, keep in mind, the 5 and 6 on both sides.
This is where Rummel has a chance to make up pins with all these strikes up in the
No doubt.
Can they do something here in the 10th? Beatty rings a 10-pin. Can't make a better shot. Again, that's just kind of been the way it's been for Rummel. He makes a perfect shot.
Yeah, because Springler did not strike. Beatty is going to win his match.
Right.
So Rummel will get a point on the board here for the first time at 4.
He lost big pins there with a perfect shot. Yeah. That was the proverbial ringing 10-pin. Excellent spare.
Good job by Springler right there to convert the bucket.
Big time. Loses no pins in the process. Beatty will bowl his average this game. 204 for McDonald and another losing cause, because you got a 220 for Balfour, who continues to bowl extremely well. Rummel switched at 2. Not much of a difference in the result. That's way wide.
So the 1-2 remains standing. So Bruno's going to close this out. He's already a winner at 2. Springer with the strike on the fill on lane 25 for 196. This could be 216 with a strike on the fill for Beatty.
Perfect shot by Bruno.
When you talk about total pins, that's, as tight as this is, every shot matters right now. It doesn't matter whether your match is decided or not. Any one of these strikes could be the difference between the 2 pins, or the 2 points for total pins right here.
Right, Rummel's got 3 strikes left to work with. Brother Martin has 2. Beatty just got a bad break ringing a 10-pin. Otherwise, he loses 20 pins there, but he bowls a solid game.
Brother Martin in position to get 3 200 games from its low side.
Amazing. That's perfect shot by Nunez. Perfect shot.
That's it. Maybe they start to figure some things out here. It's like some of the struggles have been on lane 25, like we've talked about. Rummel threw 3 strikes in the 9th frame on 25.
Rummel needs big finishes here by Kerr in a desperate way, and by its anchor bowler, Linker. Made a good shot and tripped it.
Needed a mark to close it out, and so he will pick up the win there.
160 game for Hammonds. Nunez wide. Bruno spares and bowls 203. What a job by the Brother Martin low pair here. Again, that's how they've won so many championships, with the consistency of their 6 bowlers, their low pair being every bit as productive as its high pair. All right, Kerr digs another one. That's what Rummel needs. Nunez throws a strike for a double. That's what they need, strikes to get themselves pins here.
Truax's not out of this game yet at 3.
Cordero's had a good game, and he makes another good shot here. Oh, my. It fell. 10 pin stood up for a moment, and then it fell. Perfect shot. That's clutch. Coming through when you need to. It's big. So Truax must strike here if he wants to have a chance to win this game, right? Care to the 12th frame, and he strikes out.
Actually has the 1-pin lead right now.
That,
he could still win it. And again, Hebert cannot get anything going on lane 25. It's a big
Cordero,
split.
right there. Perfect. Perfect shot.
Puts the pressure on Truax.
Big time.
Now he's got to strike.
Has to.
I think the ball has not come back here. Maybe there was a problem with the pin deck. I'm not sure.
Not sure what it is, but they got a delay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Linker cannot strike when Rummel really needed it. Tough game for Hebert. You don't expect that.
No, not at all. 224 average bowler, second highest average in the state. Finishes 90 pins below his average. That does not happen.
And he fills the box. What a finish.
How about, so now look at this,
24.
The drama we've got coming up potentially here is Truax is now going to get up. He needs 2 strikes to win by a pin.
Made a perfect shot.
Here comes a messenger, but it did not.
So that's a big swing for Brother Martin.
All right, let's see what total pins look like here now. I think this is going to go Rummel's way in terms of total, so it's going to be 11-5 going to the last game. Rummel with that finish on the right side, all of those key strikes that they threw.
Cordero comes through in a gigantic way for Brother Martin. Rummel gets a 213 out of Truax, and that doesn't even win. So Rummel's low pair has done the job. They just can't close the gap enough here.
Yeah.
Still in the match.
11-5. And look, total has definitely shrunk a little bit here. Let's see.
There's a 70-pin margin over there and 116 there. So that's 46. Rummel wins by 46 that game.
So that should make the margin at this point 68. Let's check the overall
68.
totals. Brother Martin was up 124 on a one pair.
Yeah.
Rummel by 56. Yeah, 68.
68.
So it's 11-5 and a 68-pin match. Look.
So it's still winnable for Rummel.
Very much so.
Yeah, still
very,
winnable for Rummel.
very much so, because if you can, here's the thing. You realize if you win the game by 70, okay, that is effectively 5 points right there. Then you've just got to find a way to win 4 of the 6 matches.
Yeah.
But that is, Rummel has to, here's the thing, because it's 11-5, okay, and not 10-6, Rummel has to win super total. If they win 8 points and don't overcome that, chances are they would. They've got to win super total. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So they've got to win super total.
They have to win the Super Bowl. They have to win this game by 69 or more pins. There's no other path. Is it possible? Yes. You saw Kerr pick his game up. You saw Beatty pick his game up. Linker, a little bit, right? But you know Hebert's going to bowl better. There's no way he's going to bowl bad as he did. Truax has been pretty good around the pocket. Got to make more spares consistently, but he's been pretty good. And of course, McDonald's giving Rummel a chance. But Balfour's been superb. The entire low pair for Brother Martin has been superb. So 11-5 Crusaders and a 68-pin margin going to the final game to decide the Division I state championship. Much in play here. Ken Trahan, Lenny Van Gilder, here from Premier Lanes and Gonzales. On behalf of CrescentCitySports.com, best site on the web, bringing this to you for the 7th straight year. And again, our thanks to the LHSAA and Eddie Bonine and Mike Federico and Ethan Anderson and the entire group.
Yeah. So I guess we've come full circle here, because the first time we did this, as we mentioned, it was Brother Martin and Rummel battling for a state championship. And here we are 7 years later, and it is Brother Martin and Rummel battling for a state championship once again. And they're getting into it here as we get ready to go in game 3. Most noise we've heard yet. But, hey, one game for a championship right now.
Safe to say Rummel needs a good start here. They haven't started well in either game.
Well, and that's the thing, to start to get the momentum. That's.
I'm assuming Rummel stays with the same lineup.
Yeah, it appears that's the case. Let's double check. It is McDonald at 1. I don't know if they assuming they stuck with Hammond at 2.
Yeah, it's all about the 2 spot. They're going to stay the same with the others for sure.
Right.
What Rummel needs more than anything is a big third game from its high pair. They haven't had that.
No doubt.
And they have bowlers capable of doing it.
9 the hard way. That time for Balfour off the washout. He got the 1-2-4-10. He got the 2-4-10 out of it.
Good luck with that. That's tough to do. Good spare. And a chop for Beatty right away.
Like you said, you need strikes, but you got to make spares.
Well, you get the more than 1 pin spare. The chop's always going to be a possibility. That's way wide. And you can't afford any bad game and have a chance to win if you Rummel. Too many pins to make up.
Right.
Beautiful shot. Nunez pounds one.
And look, bottom of that Brother Martin lineup at 5 and 6. He's got to get going here.
Care with an answer, and it gets louder than ever here.
Interestingly, this is the loudest we've heard things. It's been kind of, I don't want to say quiet, but subdued, maybe the right word.
Yeah, I don't know if I go that far, but yeah, I get your drift. It's hard to make a 7-pin spare. Does not.
Hebert hit the pocket.
Yeah. So 2 open frames for Rummel already in the first frame. Not to start the winners, Dean. Linker does strike, and so does Romero.
I think the crimson and gold clad fans can smell a 9th state title, so it's picking up a little bit, and obviously the red and blue off to our right, they know what's at stake as well.
Scarlet red and Columbia blue. These schools always defined by their colors.
Mm-hmm.
And specific.
Oh, very much
in the
so.
colors, too.
Very much so.
And they want you to get it right. I say that because I do so many games. And believe me, I've heard it. Monster shot there. Well delivered. Nice Springler. Beatty, after an open frame on the chop in the first, moves in on the lane. Strikes. He moved in there. Definitely
good move.
Gave that room. Perfect. And a 7-pin. Goodness gracious.
Great shot.
Yeah, you can't make a better shot than that. McDonald with a dead flush. Kerr sends it way wide. And got it back. He's starting to find it. He's got a little room now. Mm-hmm. Got the right ball.
And that's, look, the lanes are going to open up a little bit as Balfour
what's he got?
7-pin.
7 in a row now, Kerr?
I think that's right.
Yeah, 7 in a row. So that's something to watch. If Rummel wants to win, as I said before, their high pair has to be the reason. Their best bowlers have to bowl like it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're capable of shooting big numbers, as we know, regardless of the lanes they're on. Linker just hasn't been able to get it going with any consistency after bowling 804 earlier today.
Back-to-back flat 10s.
Yeah. It's just tough to score on that pair.
It is.
I mean,
these
are good bowlers on both sides. Another good shot by Bruno.
Yeah.
Almost got the carry.
Good conversion. Yeah, good conversion there.
That's a hard spare. No fun. Good job by Hebert.
You can hear behind us, this crowd is way more engaged now.
On both sides.
Eight frames to a title for someone.
Cross lane, uses the lane beautifully. His game is really under control. That's what I like about him.
Yeah.
It's simple and it's really under control.
There's some, maybe some movement that could be reined in. But again, he's doing the same thing.
Cordero.
That's going to run.
Broke it up.
Yeah, that took off right away. When it left his hand, it looked like it might not be a bad shot, but he
broke that one up.
Yeah, it didn't get down the lane very far.
Good makeable spare for him. Spengler for a double. Ooh, what a good break there.
Had a big split and broke it up.
Beatty leaves a 10-pin. Another good shot. We've seen that half 10 on the right lane so much today.
Yes, we have.
Saw the one ringing 10 for Kerr, but there've been a lot of those for both teams on the right lane. Which tells me that lane's not really driving at all.
Better looking shot that time
Very
from
good shot.
Balfour.
Really good looking shot.
Needed that one.
Very good result.
After two opens. And that's the thing with Chris's game sometimes, is that he can be struggling, and all of a sudden the light goes on and he makes a bunch of good shots in a row. Speaking of a bunch of good shots in a row, Drew McDonald's been solid all day long.
Yeah, it's a simple game. He's just at the pins, up the boards, consistent as can be. Beautiful shot. And Nunez just flush.
And again, Bruno could have had some trouble there, and only the 2-pin is left standing.
Cares over the top of that one. So Rummel unable to get anything stringing out early in the game, which they really were after here. They've got to make up pins early here, aside from matches. That's way left.
And Hebert trying to make an adjustment there after 2 flat 10s, and this time he leaves the bucket. He's just fighting it right now. I mean, I don't think he's fighting his game as much as it is the condition right now. And it's just hard to get a good look.
And there's a chop for Kerr, so there's an open frame. Now Rummel did go back to Gwinnett here in game 3 after he really struggled in game 1. Interesting. Trying to find anything.
Yeah, again, but he's been your starter the entire season. And
right.
Look, and it's not unlike what Bruce Himbert did. He took Balfour out after the first game of the semifinals and went to Sheldon Bruno, Nick's cousin.
Yeah.
And got a big lift. Yeah.
And there's another 10-pin on 28, 26. This time for Linker and a strike for Cordero. And that shot by Linker was good because the Messner came flying across and just missed it.
Yeah, Sheldon Bruno came in off the bench, shot 197-205, and it would have been real easy for Coach Himbert to go back to
make that
Bruno
move.
to start, to start the championship match, and he said, "No, we're going with the lineup that got us here."
Truax with the big 4. So not the start that Rummel needs to have a chance here. They needed to get out quickly. They've not done so. Not bad, but just not what they really need. They're going to need to make up pins aside from having a chance to win matches here. That's not good either way. You can't miss all 4.
No, that's 4 pins right there. That's the thing, too. When you're on a strike, a 2-pin miss is a 4-pin miss.
Yeah, that's brutal. There's that 10-pin again on 26.
Yeah.
I mean, it is such a consistent theme.
We're off like almost right behind 24, so I don't get a good look at the rack on 26. It could be a rack thing. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a stone 10 on 25 for Beatty, who's He's thrown the ball pretty well, but he hasn't carried nearly as well as we've seen him carry. And there's a double for Balfour.
That could have been a very tough lead, but McDonald broke up the 4-5-7.
He kept the ball in play, though. That's it. He's in a light 1-3. Gives himself an easy spare opportunity. Again, McDonald's not the issue for Rummel. He's been their most consistent bowler today in the one spot. They need more elsewhere to have a chance to win this match. Good release, but a little high.
Yeah.
And almost got it anyway.
I think the messenger coming across and the pin that was there, I think they ran into each other.
A lot of traffic there, huh? Beatty converts to 10. He's down by 11. And then you blow the rock and leave the 7.
Wow.
So you finally get the 10 out, and there's the 7.
Yeah.
Hello.
You blow the 5 out, and the 7 stays.
Yeah. That is just a tough lane. I mean, that pair is tough. These are, again, 6 really good bowlers.
Yeah, you look at 26, and it's. Yeah, we were talking about 25 earlier because I think they're just struggling with the condition more on 25. And
I agree.
You get some, you want to call it an over-under reaction. You make one shot, sometimes the ball overreacts. You make a slight adjustment, and then the ball underreacts on you. It's just
It's been a struggle for Rummel at the 2 spot today. Oh, good shot up the boards, but left the 10. Perfect shot. There's how you slap out the 10.
Yeah, Hebert finally slapped out a 10 pin. This time, Kerr converts it cleanly.
Missed that badly. I mean, you're just not going to have much of a chance if you're going to have one position where you just can't score at all.
Well, you look at what's happening right now in this match as Cordero misses the 10 pin. You leave out the 2 opens in the first 2 frames by Balfour, and Brother Martin had been clean up until that shot.
Another good shot by Linker, and he leaves the 7 pin. Again, that right-hand pair carrying has been brutal for both teams.
Right. There's but one double on that pair right now in 4 frames out of 6 bowlers.
And that makes it tough for Rummel to come back as they need scores. When I say scores, that means you need some triples in there to give yourself a chance.
You got to start stringing strikes.
And it's hard to do it. McDonald into 1-3 again. What else is new?
Solid. Still got a big lead there at number 1 with Balfour.
Balfour can change that here. He's on a double. Gave it a ton
wide.
of room.
Almost got away with it, but left it 210. Yeah, he got the 8 out of there. So this is makeable.
Not impossible, especially with him crossing boards away.
Right. But here's the thing you want to be careful of as well here. Yeah, you want to give it a run, but again, if you go for it and you miss, that's 2 pins you give away. So it's in a tight match, is it more important to have those 2 pins and just make sure you've got that?
Gave that room. Beautiful shot.
Great shot by Springler there.
That's a no-doubter. You don't have to worry about carrying when you flush it like that.
Right. And look, no doubles for Brother Martin on the right pair right now, but 13 clean frames. He went for it and missed it, okay? So sometimes it's worth taking a shot on something like that, but again, you got to understand the consequences too. You're on a strike, so that's 2 pins instead of 1 that you lose by not getting it.
Beatty's moved in, and he's not quite getting the reaction that he wants. He's shaking his head, talking to Perry Jambroni now about it.
Double wood now to contend with. Nunez had the 2-4-5 over on 25s. That's the thing. Sometimes you're just not getting the ball to react.
Oh my goodness.
That's gonna miss left.
It's just, again, it's really tough when you have one struggling, when you have to bowl well enough to win. And that position has just been really difficult.
Good shot right here. There,
As soon as he let it go, loved it. He's opening up a big lead to build a lot of pins and equity against his opponent.
Without a conversion here, you're talking about potentially a 40-pin lead at that 2 spot. I thought he picked it up, but the ball deflected and did not take out the 8. That's the thing that's hard about some of those spares, you leave.
Well, you leave those kind of spares, you're going to be in trouble.
Cordero catches a huge ball. He got a double break.
Did you see that?
He got a double break. First he broke up the split, and then something got the 10 out of there, and it turns into
He's happy.
a big strike.
It's been his day.
Yes, it has.
And sometimes it works that way. Other days he probably got no breaks at all. There's another 10-pin on lane 26. Imagine that. And that's in the gutter.
It is on a strike, though, so you can come back and make the spare, and it's no different than if you left the 10-pin.
But you're talking about a huge miss when you're throwing in the gutter. We've seen that a few times today. And Lincoln just missed the 10-pin. So Rummel not doing what it needs to do to have a chance to win.
Brother Martin's going to take the lead now at 6. They've already got the lead at 4 and 5.
Yes. And way up at 2.
Yeah, right. Way up at
3. Yeah, they're in. Brother Martin's right now in great shape. Good spare.
That's a great pickup.
Give him credit. Give him credit.
And look, I will tell you that is hard to do after you make a bad miss like that and throw it in the channel. The immediate tendency is to overcompensate for that, and you have a tendency to pull it.
No question. McDonald leaves another 10-pin. Imagine that.
Great shot by Balfour. Chris has probably got the best look of any of these 6 bowlers in the Brother Martin lineup right now.
He does.
Other than perhaps Jeremiah Cordero.
McDonald makes another 10-pin. There's a blowout strike, beautifully delivered.
That's the first.
That's a double.
First double Brother Martin's had on the high side in this game.
Crusaders are in very good shape right now in this game and in the match because we're now on the back end of the 6th frame. And they're in control of this game as we speak. Not out of reach by any stretch, but looking really good for the Crusaders.
That went high. And
he almost carried it.
They tripped out the 4-pin, but 6-pin standing.
There's another beautiful strike. Nunez delivering that.
Back-to-back strikes on 26. Since the last time we saw that. They go back to the first frame for Rummel.
Well, you got to feel good there for Quinnett, who throws a strike. It's been a rough day. And Beatty again can't find it. He just cannot find it playing in on the lane like that. He's been wide consistently.
Bruno misses the 6-pin there.
Another strike for Brother Martin, this time Hebert.
3 strikes on 26.
Imagine that.
Lane, it's been, look, the lane just, whether, like I said, it's rack or something else, it's just hard to knock down the corners.
And another 10-pin. Meanwhile, Cordero, who's had himself a day.
That's going to be high.
And he'll break it up. He's gotten probably more breaks than anybody else today, but he's taken advantage of it, as mentioned. You want to stay out of splits, carry when you possibly can, and make spares. It sounds easy. Go try it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice shot by Kerr. And a missed spare by, which more than anything might be the undoing of Rummel here today. A lot of missed spares. Especially on a day where you can't throw a lot of strikes.
Exactly. That's why you've got, that's what, and look, we talk about, coming over to this, this side of the house. It's typically not produced a lot of high-scoring matches, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to be able to make spares, and the best spare shooting teams oftentimes are going to be the ones that walk out with the gold trophy.
Brother Martin in the catbird seat right now. After 6 frames, their lead has increased even more after that frame. There's a wild shot through the bevel.
Yeah, it jumped.
Across a lot of boards, yeah. McDonald will probably be in a 1-3. Yeah, he will be. This time it's a
Can't
4-pin.
get the 4-pin and fall down.
Nice shot by Lanker.
And look, that's
Keeps himself in the match.
Keeps him in the match, and it's the kind of thing that can give you a lift sometimes.
Oh, nice try. Really nice try by Balfour. Just came up short. Brother Martin with a chance to pull the hammer out on the right-hand pair now. With 3 strikes up and an advantage already.
Exactly. You turn a couple of these into doubles, and of course Springer's already got a double.
Right. This is a big frame for Brother Martin.
He's got a chance to seriously extend this lead here. Strike would make it 35 pins.
And they're at 11 points already. So just even winning just 3 matches, it's over if they win 3 of the matches. A lot of ways for Brother Martin to win. Few for Rummel. And guess what?
Got a break.
Missed by about 5 boards and gets a triple. Welcome to bowling.
That's it.
You never know. That's way wide. Just not really competitive.
Nope. Bruno's got to adjust here. He, would always talk to my son about not turning one bad shot into 2. He missed that. He missed the spare in the 6th frame and then missed badly on the first shot of the 7th frame.
But he covers the 4-pin spare.
Yeah. It's a tough cover.
Very tough cover. Carebowl better his second game. He's bowling pretty well this game.
Yep. Trying to keep his team in it, both with strikes and engaging his teammates.
Cordero right in the pocket. Didn't need any breaks that time.
No.
That was a perfect shot.
No. He struck every time on 23 in this game, I believe.
And yet another 10-pin on 26. I mean, this game can humble you. You go from 804 to what you're seeing now. Through the nose. A little wide.
Continuing to be hard to get a reaction for Abear on lane 25.
Yeah, if you'd have told me Abear was shooting when he was shooting, and that Brother Martin is well on its way to winning, I would have told you, I don't think that's going to happen. But that's what's happening right now.
It's the depth of this lineup. Someone different can step up.
Big time. And Rummel just hasn't had that other than McDonald. He's been the one consistent for them. He's their lowest average bowler. They've got a tough spare now. Kerr has bowled better. He bowled a better second game, and he's bowling pretty well this game. Beatty had a solid second game, but has been unable to sustain strikeability, for lack of a better word, right? Oh, there's a major trip action. Pays dividends. And McDonald misses a spare, which hadn't happened before.
No, not much.
So Rummel's chance is waning here. They need a massive finish. Beatty got a messenger. Finally
the message, the head pin came across it, almost stood up.
I saw that. It would have stood up in a 6-hole.
Right.
Wow. I mean, that's how well he threw the ball to get that kind of response.
Yep, Springler misses the 10-pin.
It's not over yet.
No, it's not. It's not.
Brother Martin's in really good shape here.
Brother Martin has, it's like a 10-pin lead on the low pair. That's a strike for Bruno. And as you look at the high pair, Brother Martin's it's actually trailing. The scoreboard says Brother Martin's up 34, but Rummel's got 4 marks in hand right now.
Oh my goodness, Kerr stones a 9-pin
on a 3-bagger
when they needed it. Yeah, that might be the end of it.
Well, that's a huge break right there. When it gets a late messenger to take out the 10. But stay in contact there.
Yeah, but that shot by Kerr might have been the undoing of Rummel. They needed that desperately. And as you said before, some of his best shots he has not carried. He's gotten a couple of breaks, and yet the good shots he hasn't carried.
Yeah. We remind you of this. You see the score at 11-5, okay? And that is the score through 2 games. But we mentioned the margin. The only route, because Brother Martin is at 11, the only way for Rummel to win this match is to win super total. Because if Brother Martin holds on to super total, that's 3 points, and that's 14. That's what you need to win.
And that's a big split for Rummel, so it's not happening for the Raiders. Crusaders are 2 frames away from yet another Division I state championship. And just an incredible run by
and they're
this program.
doing it on the left side. You look at the totals. You know, Brother Martin has a 132-pin edge on the day on the left side. Rummel has a 40-pin edge on the right side.
But that's kind of what we envisioned because of the numbers told you that. The Brother Martin low pair was significantly better average-wise than the Rummel low pair, and the Rummel high pair you knew would compete well against Brother Martin, and that's kind of been the case, but it hasn't been because of the scores. No. The scores have not been the big scores that Rummel is capable of shooting, which we've seen a lot of, including earlier today. Now, they could have a big finish here on the right pair. Stay tuned. If they can wall out, it can make this very interesting.
Balfour's probably hit the best carry ratio of anybody today.
Brother Martin's going to win. Brother Martin's going to win at 2 and 3. And that's a given as we speak. So the only route for Rummel is to win every other match.
Right.
And then win total. Ooh, broke up, big split, big break there. And that really kept him in the lead in that match. A split would have changed everything. Beatty has to strike here to have a chance. Rummel needs that match or they can forget it. He makes a good shot.
Yep. Staying in it, he's down 2. And he can get up in the 10th and win with that strike in the 9th.
Well, they have to win that match. They have to win all 3 on the high pair. Have to take the 1 on the low pair, and they got to make up a bunch of pins. Good conversion. And today's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by the Lamarck Motor Company in Kenner. Lamarck Quick Lane services all makes and models, batteries, tires, oil changes, and more. All done quickly while you enjoy some popcorn. Must be a reason.
You enjoy some popcorn?
Oh, yeah, I do. All the time over there. Then I go home, and Denise loves popcorn, so the non-caloric popcorn. Care cannot strike. So that, again, Rummel running out of frames here. Bruno strikes. That's a big double because that's pins. Going to win his match, but that's pins.
Yeah, that's effectively a closeout right there at 2. And you brought up that point. We talked about what Rummel needs. Brother Martin needs to win 3 matches. Tyler Nunez with a strike there in the 9th to set things up.
Brother Martin is feeling it now that the championship is at hand. Been a really tough day at the 2 spot for Rummel, and that's really done him in. They just haven't competed in that spot.
Cordero throws 5 strikes and 5 shots on that lane, and now Hebert delivers a strike. They can smell it now.
Oh, you bet. Seen that? We've seen this before, haven't we?
Yeah, I think once or twice.
We have seen this before.
Rummel's not going away without a fight.
Well, there's
remember this.
There's not enough frames.
Remember this in the 10th frame a year ago. Brother Martin had 5 doubles in the 10th frame to overtake Slidell.
I remember it. Now, Rummel's got the power up on the right lane. I mean, on the left lane on the high pair. But Brother Martin's got the same on the low pair. It would be a massive finish for Rummel to have a chance here. And there's a start as McDonald, who's done his job all day.
That's a winner.
Wins his match. And there's a strike. And another strike.
Springer's going back to sit down, doesn't realize it's the 10th frame.
He's totally
focused on. He was just totally focused on one shot, didn't realize it was the 10th frame.
Beatty has to have that one.
And he's like you said.
Rummel's high pair came around. They did better. They just didn't have that big game that they really need to break through, where you get those pins, because they're capable of doing that. They haven't had that today. Haven't had the big game. What's the highest game they bowled? Like 220?
216.
216, yeah. McDonald double, but guess what? Balfour answers him. So, tip of the cap to McDonald. He really was consistently good for this team today. Finishes with a 190.
Senior on this team. There's a lot of them. There's 11 seniors on this Rummel roster.
Beatty can't strike in the 11th, so that pretty much ends it for Rummel.
Well, they're going to win. They're going to win at 4.
No, I'm talking about
in terms of total
winning
pins.
the match. They're not going to win the match. They needed to strike out basically to have a chance. Total. No chance to win super total at this time.
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
No, I'm looking at it.
I'm looking. Brother Martin is up 166 on the left pair, and Rummel is up by 89 on the right pair right now in terms of super total. So it's Brother Martin's got about a 67 pin lead right now,
and you don't have enough frames to make that up. He needed to strike out, basically.
Beatty
finishes up with 211, right around his average.
I mean, at this point, your hope relies on those 2 strikes you've got going to turn into a couple of doubles and 3-baggers. Wow. Nunes threw it so hard that he left the 5
right
pin.
by the 5 pin, right?
Yeah.
But easy spare to make, and Brother Martin's filling boxes. Bruno breaks up the split, which is what all they needed to do is avoid any open frames.
They just needed to stay behind the line. That closes that one out.
Care way in on the lane, and that's going to do it for Rummel. Brother Martin's going to win a state championship once again here. And he knows it. Walking off the lane, you can see the dejection. It's all about what the total's going to be at this point. But we can tell you that Brother Martin is going to win the Division I state championship.
You're talking about now 9 of the last 11 titles. Okay, all since 2015. There was no championship in 2020.
Nope. It's just remarkable. Can't say enough about this program or about the job that Bruce Himbert's done over this extended period of time. Doesn't get any better than with this.
And in the process, look, there's no doubt that when the Brother Martin bowlers walked out of Bolero 4 weeks ago after that loss to Rummel, a month ago today, actually, you knew that there was a very good possibility that you could see this team again in the postseason, if not here in the finals.
Yep.
And
Brother Martin can still actually win at 6. It doesn't matter at this point. It's all about what the final margin is going to be. Crusaders have won the state championship. Just not enough firepower on the right-hand pair for Rummel. They were decent, but not good enough. Because you knew going in Brother Martin was simply better on the low pair, and that is proven to be true. Brother Martin closing out with a flourish, as champions do. And now Brother Martin's going to win at 6 now with just a 9 spare. Nine spare. That's it.
But nothing has been guaranteed on that lane. There you go.
The celebration has begun.
And with the 2-pin, a spare for 197 for Cordero, who may very well be the MVP because he was outstanding in the semifinals as well. Had a big set there.
So this will be a 19-8 final score, it looks like. As Rummel took 3 matches here but loses total pins in this game and loses the super total. So that would be a convincing victory for the Brother Martin Crusaders, who are the state champions again in Division I. And the celebration begins once again.
I think the Brother Martin faithful's casting their MVP vote right now.
You think? Certainly sounded like it, right?
Yeah, certainly.
Celebration begins for the Brother Martin Crusaders, who win at 19-8 over Archbishop Rummel in the Division I state championship.
Yeah, and look, you look at the scores here. 34-29 for Brother Martin. 33-15 for Rummel. That's not the kind of scores you expected.
No.
But it's all about the ability to just grind it out sometimes.
Yeah, conditions can really dictate, and we don't make excuses at all, but there's no doubt that conditions help dictate these scores here this afternoon. For that matter, we saw Archbishop Shaw struggle on this condition a little bit earlier today.
Yeah.
So, not unexpected. Shaw struggled on this condition, and really both of these teams did for the most part. But Brother Martin was tougher, made more spares, and had more consistency. Both teams hugging each other now.
Yeah, and look, we talked about it. These guys, tomorrow, Saturday, they all go back and bowl against each other.
They're friends. I mean, for an hour and a half, they were combatants.
Well, they got a lot of relationships that are terrific on these two sides. And clearly, that's being reflected right now. There's enormous respect on both sides of this rivalry, and we're seeing the evidence of that right now. Archbishop Rummel, a state runner-up for the first time since 2019. And Brother Martin, a state champion for the 9th time in 11 years. An absolutely remarkable program and an absolutely remarkable run for the Crusaders.
All right, ladies and
let's
gentlemen.
listen in to Mr. Bourgeois. Rick, take it away.
All right, what we want to do, first of all, I want to present our MVP for today's competition. And the young man did very well today. His games were 223, 244, 198, 211, 224, and 197. He averaged 216. And we have Jeremiah Cordero.
Jeremiah Cordero, the MVP, receives his award. Next up, we'll have the runner-up trophy award.
All right. And I know y'all compete around the same area, same district, and all the rest, but I was proud to see the fact that even if one of the players from one team didn't do well or did well, the other team congratulate them. So obviously y'all are all great friends, and it's great for the sport of bowling. So the runner-up team this year, I thank them. It was a very exciting match. Will be Rummel. Rummel Raiders, congratulations.
Archbishop Rummel receiving the runner-up trophy. Congratulations to the Raiders on an outstanding season.
All right. Okay, a couple of years ago, their streak was broken. They was champions from last year, so they're defending champions. And for, I think, the 9th time, Bruce has brought the victory home to the Brother Martin's Crusaders. Congratulations on being the victors today. Congratulations, guys.
Yet another state championship plaque for Brother Martin in the sport of bowling in Division I. It's old hat, right? They are accustomed to this. They have done it time after time. It is some program. So much respect for the accomplishment. It is so difficult to achieve this on a consistent basis. But they have done that once again here this afternoon. And a terrific performance. Still getting pictures, then we'll get a winning interview here. Reminder, we still have the singles championships to show tomorrow on Crescent City Sports through the LHSA Network. We hope you will tune in for that. See the best bowlers in the state compete on an individual basis here tomorrow. So we're ready whenever Lenny is, so go for it.
A nice state championship for Brother Martin. Bruce Emmert, I'll ask you the same thing it seems like we talk about all the time. I know it's hard to compare, but with what your team went through this year, I mean, you haven't lost 2 matches in a regular season since, 2013. To come back, avenge one of those losses in the final, where does this one rank?
It ranks up with every one of them. It never gets old. Never gets old. First of all, let's congratulate the team over here that finished second. They bowled incredible all day. All right? These guys did it too. I want to thank our fans who always come out. I want to thank the Chappelle girls, state champions himself, for being out here. My wife somewhere, I don't know where she's at. Congratulations on your second in a row also. All right?
Well, she still got 7 to catch you, though, so there's that. There's that. When you walked out of Bolero a month ago today, after having faced these guys, I know you knew the possibility was very strong you were going to see them again. What did you say to your team then?
Well, all I told them is that we got to compete. This team is good. They are very good. It's hard to beat anybody twice in one season, okay? But they made it tough on us, and they did the best they could. It happens. They had some bad breaks, I'm telling you. Missed some spares. We missed some spares, but overall, I couldn't ask for another. Last year I thought the match was great. This one was just as good to me, okay? These guys deserve all the accolades they get, okay? Rommel parents, be very proud of this team.
All right, let's get your anchor and your MVP in here, Blake Hebert, and Jeremiah Cordero. Let's start with you, Jeremiah. I thought the Jerry Springer show had broken out here. I'm not sure.
Can I say one more thing? I would love to thank Miss Betty Chin for everything she has done. All right, you can take everybody else.
So now we're switching to the Miss Betty show. But in any case, Jeremiah, just talk about your performance today coming out here. I mean, you had a big series in the semifinal. This was a tough grind out here today. A lot of low scoring conditions, but yet you persevered. Just talk about your performance.
Mr. Lenny, number one, I want to thank God and everything that He's gotten this whole team and me through. And I just want to say that coming out and seeing those bad conditions made us had to think out of the box. We had to work around the problems, and we had to succeed through them. And I showed that with our semifinals and our finals.
Let's get Blake in here as well. You got. Yeah. What were your? I know. Look, the match a month ago today was kind of bittersweet. I know for you. You shoot 300, but yet you lose. What were your feelings after that, and what did you tell your teammates to help get them ready for today?
I told them it takes all of us. Just one guy shooting 300 doesn't really matter as if the low side doesn't perform. And we had no issue with that today. Semifinals, finals, as well as all the playoffs, the low side has been there more than the high side. I mean, like, you saw me struggle. You saw some of us struggle. no matter what, we always have this low side every single year in, year out. We have this low side, and that's what one thing that Bruce just does amazingly is he gets everybody involved. He like works with everybody individually. It's just really special what we have, and I'm very proud of all these guys. You know, I want to shout out Jerry. Obviously, he's been working hard. You know, coming off like there's struggles for all of us. He came back. He really carried us this game. Like he's been amazing. He's been on everything. So I'm really proud of him. I'm proud of everybody on that low side and high side. Everybody who played, everybody who didn't. Everybody played a part in the state championship. I'm proud of all of them.
A ninth state championship and a second in a row for Brother Martin. Ken, back to you.
All right, Lenny, thank you very much. And a great job by all involved for Brother Martin as the Crusaders get it done by a 19-8 margin to repeat as state champions, and as mentioned, to win for the 9th time in 11 competitions on the LHSA Division I state level. It just doesn't get much better than that. It's so impressive. I mean, the history will tell the tale even more than now down the road when people look at this and say, wow, 9 titles in 11 different seasons? That's crazy. But that's amazing.
And they're all different. I put Bruce on the spot trying to compare. It's like who's your favorite kid? You know, you can't make that comparison. Some will be remembered for finishes more than others. You know, think 2022, think 2025, certainly. But this was a grinded out effort today. And look, Brother Martin had a tough go in the semifinals. You know, we talked about that. It was a tough match to deal with. And that just kind of carried over here. And you know, I think experience played a part too. Yeah, Rummel's been here into the semifinals 3 years in a row, but this is their first time, you know, coming on the boutique side and bowling for a championship in this setting, and it's different. And certainly, you know, a lot of these guys know what it takes to be able to get it done on this Brother Martin team. There's a lot of experience going around from championship teams years past.
Well, I thought the two comments that were the most telling, were the most accurate, were at the end. Number one, it was the low pair for Brother Martin that won him a state championship because their high pair, I think, got outscored today.
Yep, they did. They did by 62 pins. Yeah, you got.
And this has been the MO of this Brother Martin program for all these years, throughout just about all of these championships. It's been their low pair. They have been so consistent. And then the last comment was obviously about Bruce Emmert and the development of these players. They don't just show up like this. You know, you get them and then you develop them and you improve them and you work with them and you help them, and you can't underestimate how that's happened over an extended period of time, because almost inevitably they're going to win on the low pair against anyone they bowl.
No doubt.
And the only way you beat them is if you stay close enough on a low pair and you just are demonstratively better on the high pair. Rummel did that in the regular season. Couldn't duplicate that today. Their high pair might have won overall score-wise, but they didn't shoot big scores, and frankly, the conditions had everything to do with that. And that's not a criticism. It's just the nature of the setup of this bowling center. You have one side separate from the other, one side that doesn't get used anywhere near as much.
There's no league play over here. This
Correct.
This is all for parties and such.
Right.
So and look, let's say it, the environment creates a terrific setting. The way the lanes play creates a different situation.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see the scores we saw earlier today. Everybody likes to see scores, right? But what we saw was toughness. You know, one side showed the toughness to be able to grit and gut it out and string together enough strikes, not a lot, but enough, but more importantly, to have fewer open frames, to make spares, to give yourself the best chance to win. And I think that was really overall the difference in this one.
No doubt. Spare shooting is enormous. And, you know, I'm surprised Bruce actually didn't mention that, because he talks relentlessly about spare shooting.
Yeah.
Got to make spares, and especially in this. If you're not throwing strikes, if it's not a condition that's going to produce a lot of strikes, then guess what? You have spares left.
That's right. And
it's simple math.
They do it better than anyone else over an extended period of time, and it takes work, and it takes desire. And you have to keep your head up. You can't get down when things aren't going well. It's a team sport, and I think we saw that here today. So Brother Martin wins the Division I state championship. Patrick Taylor wins the boys co-ed Division II state championship. Archbishop Chappelle, the girls state champion in 2026. We have had Just an absolute blast bringing this to you, Lenny.
Three team titles again going back to the New Orleans area. We got singles again tomorrow.
Indeed you do. You'll be there. Ken Lowe will join you, and we'll find out about the best individual performers in the state. And we hope you will tune in then to Crescent City Sports for that. Lenny, it's been a pleasure. Thank
absolutely. Glad you were here with us.
And thanks to Todd and thanks to Matt for a job well done. We appreciate you, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us for our coverage of the team finals at the LHSA Bowling Championships. Tomorrow on Crescent City Sports, we'll have live coverage of the singles finals from Baton Rouge beginning at 1:30 p.m. For our Crescent City Sports production team and for Lenny Van Gilder, I'm Ken Trahan saying so long from Gonzales. Once again, your final in Division I, Brother Martin 19, Archbishop Rummel 8 for the LHSA Boys Co-Ed Division I State Championship. Thank you for joining us and be a good sport. God bless you one and all. We are rounding third and heading home. So long.